Hey everyone. So I want to talk about cars. My favorite car, my dream car, is a Mercedes G-Wagon. If two guys buy the same Mercedes G-Wagon and one takes really good care of it and the other runs it to the ground, it doesn't change the fact that the car's still a Mercedes. Just because one guy was an idiot doesn't mean anything's changed. So, if you're in a relationship where someone is treating you like trash, that doesn't mean that you are trash. Stop judging yourself based on how other people treat you. Sometimes they're mirroring how we treat ourselves if we're not respecting ourselves, and that doesn't mean that we don't deserve respect. It means we need to look inside of us to really see what's there and, get your validation from within. Really take a look at yourself. Love yourself. You are worthy of love. Anyone who tells you otherwise is not worth your time, and they are toxic, and you need to get them out of your life. For some reason, it just seems so much easier to decide to love ourselves because someone else does. But that's not how it works. Just because it's harder doesn't mean that it's not the right thing. Just to love yourself regardless of what everyone else is saying. We all have things to work on, but we are all worthy of love. Anyone who treats you poorly in a relationship, just like I used that car example, they're going to break you down too. Don't let someone break you down. Stop looking at what other people do and say as reflections of you. Instead, a lot of times, they're reflections of themselves. Now, if someone gives you criticism on something, that's one thing. But when it's hurtful and you know that the intent behind it is just to insult you, that's not love. That's never love. That is a very low vibrational connection that you don't need. What is low vibration? Low vibration means anything that brings our energy down into a negative place where you don't need to be. Your goal in life is to raise your vibration. You want to raise your energy, raise that frequency. So how I explain this is energy is what we're made of. That is, and that energy can be positive or negative. You want to bring it to that positive love, and that's up here. That's the higher vibration. That's a higher frequency. What is frequency? Frequency, to me, is just the measurement of that vibration. And the vibration is the movement or the nature of that energy. So if you want to raise your vibration and live a better life and a happier life, you need to get out of relationships that are low vibe. Anything where someone's insulting you or breaking you down or making you feel poorly about yourself, that is a low vibrational relationship. And again, you can have loved ones who say, listen, you are, if you have an addiction or something, or they're pointing out something that's negative, but it's to help you and it's done out of love, that is high vibe. That is a high vibe, that's advice. That's love. But what isn't love if someone says, you are such a, and then they are calling you names and they're saying, that you're too sensitive, or this or that, and they're kind of turning around things where maybe they're hurting you and they're trying to make it like, oh, well, it's because you're too sensitive or you're too this or too that. That would be low vibe. That's a toxic relationship. That's never healthy. Someone, mirroring or I guess projecting their faults onto you and somehow blaming you for what they did wrong, low vibe. We don't need it. Get rid of that. You do not need that in your life. Seriously, you are better off on your own healing and fixing yourself than you are sticking with someone who's just going to bring you down and keep breaking you down. Back to that car example. The longer that Mercedes stays with the owner who's not taking care of it, the lower the value and the more broken down it's going to be and the harder it's going to be to fix. Don't let someone break you down where you feel like you are beyond repair, but know that you are never actually beyond repair. You can always heal. You can. It might be a lot of work, but I believe in you. You can do it. I did it. So please just evaluate your relationships and do not let anyone treat you poorly. And again, do not judge yourself on how other people speak to you. Never. Only, judge yourself from within. Only you know who you are. Every other person outside has seen different versions of you. Every single person on this earth has a different relationship with you. So, and none of them is 100% accurate because no one can see every single part of you because they're not in here. Only you're in here, and you know what you think and what you feel. So if you're feeling poorly about yourself, look into some of my videos on self-care and raising your vibration. Start one step at a time. You can just start by eating right, meditating, even if it's for like a minute a day. Anything at all is better than nothing. Just go in the mirror and look at yourself and give yourself a compliment. Write down a list of things that you like about yourself. If you're feeling down and you want to write a list of things that you don't like, do that, but then follow it up with how you're going to change those things and work towards them. If you say like, I don't like that I'm lazy, well, I'm going to make myself go to the gym once a week now. Try to spin it around. Anytime you have a negative thought, spin that negative thought around. If you try really hard, you can always spin any negative feeling about yourself around to either, well, this isn't true, or I'm going to fix it. And make a plan and do it. What else? High vibration stuff. Eating healthy, exercising, being around people who are kind, friends and family who you feel good around and who are truly loving, healthy relationships, spending time with them. Do something nice for someone, even yourself. Go out and get yourself that, latte, caramel latte or whatever that you've really been wanting. Do something, treat yourself, do anything you can to raise your vibration and bring up your mood. Have my little cheat sheet list here. Yoga, that's another one. Breath work. Decluttering your house is a huge one too. We don't realize how much the mess and clutter around us can stress us out and bring on a lot of negative energy. What else I got here? Positive affirmations. Those are good. Affirmations are just, writing down like, I am healthy. I am lovable. All these things that you want to believe about yourself, just say them out loud. And you bring that energy into, you manifest it into your day. What else? Breath work. That's kind of in the meditation piece. What else do I got here? Energy healing, crystals, if you like that kind of stuff. Not everyone believes in the energy of crystals, but regardless of energy or not, they're really pretty. So just buying something that you enjoy, that you like, anything. There's tons of things you can do to raise your vibration. Things that lower your vibration. Obviously, like we just talked about, unhealthy relationships. People who don't respect you. Get rid of those people. We don't need those people. Drinking, drugs, unhealthy food. And again, like I said, every once in a while, an unhealthy food might be a high vibe thing if it's like a treat and it's raising your mood. But overall, try to eat a little bit healthier. Speaking poorly about yourself or others. Hurting yourself or others, physically or mentally. What else? Back to the cheat sheet. Mindless activities like social media browsing for hours, which we are all guilty of. You might be doing that now because you're probably watching me on YouTube, but that's okay. It doesn't mean that it's mindless because this is a very mindful video, so we're gonna count this one as high vibe. This isn't low vibe. You're good. Living in clutter and mess, we said that one. Anything where you're, like I said, judging yourself negatively based on what other people say, just love yourself. Don't beat yourself up. sleeping way too much is low vibe, but getting enough sleep is high vibe. It's all about balance. Balance is super important. So, to the original goal here to get across, you only decide your value. No one else does. Stop giving other people power. 2022 is all about coming into your power, which means you decide who and what you are. No one else.